Okay, so this is going to be a quick tutorial for how to get the snowy cars in SSA. You're going to need a couple things. One, you're going to need to buy Michael's garage. You're going to need a taxi that you kind of want to park like this-ish. And then you're going to need a normal car, which mine despawned, but there's one here, so that works. Essentially, you're gonna do what's called a garage warp. I'm gonna put sleep mode on just in case. So the way you're gonna do a garage warp is you're gonna start a taxi mission, and then while the dispatcher dialogue is still going, you're gonna get into the car, press E, then spam F to get out. So dispatcher, I'm gonna run over here, get in the car, press E, and now spam F. And now see, I see the minimap, which means it worked. So this could happen, or you could get put outside, or a whole bunch of things could happen, but you'll know it worked because you won't be able to jump, which is a good thing. Now I just steal any old car off the road. I don't want to take a super diamond because it sucks. Now this is important. From this point on, you can't drive unless you have interaction menu open. Because now the next car you drive will warp back to the garage, which is what we want. So you have to drive with the interaction menu open. It can get a little annoying when you're actually on the SSA mod because the little tooltip that comes up that says this vehicle can be delivered or this vehicle has already been delivered, it isn't like other help text. It actually blocks the interaction menu from coming up. So you need to wait for that to go away and make sure you have the menu up before you start driving. I'm going to save this in my garage so I can have it on the mission. Then obviously when I'm not driving, I don't need the menu up. So just start, bury the hatchet like normal. Then you're going to go get in the car. I'm going to get into the bike because, oh, my car didn't even save. That's lovely. So now I need to still turn the menu on. And now with the menu open, you're just going to drive to the airport like you normally do. I guess if you're doing, if you're not using the any % classic rule set when you're doing SSA, you can also taxi there. However, you personally choose to get to the airport like you do when you normally do bury the hatchet. So I'm not going to cut the video because if I pause the game, it'll put down the interaction menu and then I'll be sad. So I'll just drive there and you guys can laugh at how bad I am at driving. So there once was a man named Bob. When you put him in water, his head just kind of went up and down. You could say he bobbed. Anyway, what's some other good jokes I know? Knock knock. Who's there? I actually don't know any good knock knock jokes. Let's think of another one. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and bumped his head. No more monkeys jumping on the bed. Something like that. Anyway, we're at the airport. So now this is just normal. You're gonna get out. Hopefully that doesn't give me cops. Nice. Okay. So this cutscene is just whatever. Now, there's going to be this weird thing where the camera's moving. You can't touch anything. You have to wait till you have full control. Camera stops. Now I can press W. And it's going to teleport me back here. And because I'm still in the car, it's actually not going to mission fail me. So I could do whatever I wanted with this. But you don't have a map, but you just make your way over to Simeon's dealership and deliver it. Yeah, so that's it for this one, and next I'm going to show you how to get all the other snowy vehicles. Okay, so for the next thing, you are going to need a helicopter. I mean, you technically don't need it, but it allows you to really easily get a parachute. I find the easiest way is to just take one from Trevor's airfield and then give it to Michael by making them meet up on the map. I don't know what's going on over here. But anyway, so the first thing you're going to do is set up a wrong warp using Fame or Shame. So don't forget that for a wrong warp, you have to get into a vehicle. So I'm just going to do this. Hopefully I'm close enough. Yeah. So once again, with a wrong warp, don't spam enter. Exit the mission. And the only reason you need the helicopter is because it's going to give you a parachute. And you'll see why you need the wrong warp in a minute. So now I'm here. Now I'll set up a replay warp so that because most likely after you do this glitch, you're going to do it for all the cars at once. So you'll just get sent right back to Michael's house with another parachute. I like to just grab a car now because you have to set up the replay warp a little bit farther away anyway, so the mission doesn't despawn. And then also it gives you a car to actually use on the mission since Trevor takes your car. So park this here. Close the door so it hopefully saves. Start the mission as normal. Now, while I'm talking, I'm just going to kind of... Actually, is there... Oh, no, there it is. Oh, there we go. So while I'm driving this time, I'm going to kind of talk about the strat. So, long story short, what you're doing is you're going to North Yankton, getting in the vehicle you want to take, and then dying. And so that way now you've died, but your last used vehicle is the one from North Yankton. Now there's a feature, oh my gosh, I cannot drive today. There's a feature where if you play a game of golf, after you leave the golf course, it will always spawn your last used vehicle in the parking lot. Normally that doesn't matter because you just drive to golf, which means it just gives you the vehicle you drove there, parked nicely in a parking spot. But like in our case, if you don't drive to golf, it'll give you whatever the last driven vehicle was. So you're going to get into the car you want to take, blow yourself up on the Asea, and make sure you don't accidentally blow up the car you want to take back with you. You're going to exit the mission. What that wrong warp did is it's going to put us at the hospital closer to where the golf course is, and then you're just going to parachute over, start golf, exit golf, and then it'll be there. So this works with every single snowy vehicle that you can get on this mission, but I'm going to show you specifically the mesa, because the mesa gets locked out after the cutscene, which means there's a very specific place on the map you have to stop to make sure you're close enough to not fail from outdistancing this car, but also far enough that you don't trigger the actual cutscene. But like I could stop, I could take the rancher, I think that's a sadler, or maybe that's the emperor. Yeah, I could take the sadler. There's an emperor, that's the other street spawn, and then the mesa and the burrito. And it's worth noting that the burrito is very low HP, so make sure that you kill all the people, all the triads, before you get in the burrito, because even if it doesn't explode, one shot to the burrito from a gun while you're in it will make the game consider it unusable, and now you can no longer take it back with you. But we're gonna do the mesa because that's the only one that takes like stopping in a relatively precise spot. But I could just stop and do this on any one of these cars and the process would be exactly the same. So on this road, you're gonna stop at the street light right before the traffic light. Sorry, the telephone pole. So like right around here. You're just gonna get out. And so you can see there's the mesa right there. After this cutscene, it will get locked. So you have to do this now. Now that I'm in it, I can just drive back to the other car. So that just is really time save. It does nothing. I'm going to park it far enough away till I know it won't blow up accidentally. And just blow up this car. So now it's blown up. And now, normally it would spawn me at the Central Los Santos Medical Center, but since I did the replay warp, it's going to spawn me at Mount Zona. Now, you're just going to kind of tab movement or whatever movement you want to do to get over to the Los Santos Customs, which is just over here, basically, in between these two buildings. You can see the sign for it right there. So for this, it would, the higher FPS cap you have, the better. Because, you know, obviously more height means less likely that you're going to have to do parachuting strat. I mean, I guess you can always do it if you want to go faster, but... So this ladder you actually can't launch on for some reason, it just doesn't work. But this one you can, so I'm going to cap to 188. I'm going to do an alt ladder launch, sprinting. So here, and ladder launch. Oh, maybe I lied, maybe it's a walking ladder launch. Yeah, there we go. And now, just run. And you should have enough height to get to the golf course just in one go without having to do any like SMG or AP pistol strats or anything like that. But I'm impatient, so I'm just going to do some AP pistol strats. Also to flex a little bit. Whee! I still don't know if going over the golf course actually gives you cops, but we're going to find out right now. And then obviously you don't want to get cops doing this because I'm pretty sure if you get cops you can't actually start a game of golf. So, get to the golf course however you want. I mean, I guess if you're boring you can also just run here. But as you'll see, oh, not a very graceful landing. But I haven't gotten into a vehicle since I left the mission, so if I... let us... There's like a... I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. Anyway, you're going to start golf and then immediately exit golf. And ta-da! There's your car. And you'll see it's like completely functional. You can get into it and you can drive it. Yeah. Next, I'm going to show you what to do if you fuck up the wrong warp. Okay, so next we're going to talk about what to do if you fuck up the wrong warp, which will make you spawn here at the Central Los Santos Medical Center. Essentially, you're just going to do a 188 ladder launch and then parachute strat over there. Or I get... Yeah, that's what you're going to have to do. So this one is a running ladder. So you're just going to ladder launch. And the golf course is kind of over there. I don't think I have a parachute. And I guess I'll use... I'm not going to go all the way over there because the car won't even be there anyway, but I'll kind of use this strat to explain how to parachute glide. So first, you kind of want to get a higher DPI, something that'll kind of... Obviously, you can't see it, but if you go like... You'll see when you do it, you want to be able to just move your mouse from the bottom to the top of your mouse pad in one fluid motion. Next, you're going to want either the AP pistol or the micro SMG. The AP pistol will let you do only one loop. The micro SMG will let you do two. Now you're going to hold S and D, or A if you want, aim, go to the corner of the direction you're going. So I'm holding D, so I'm going to the right corner. And then you just kind of follow the parachute. So you just like follow it in a circle. And when you made one circle, you're going to have extra bullets. But you just let go. And then you're going to fire the rest of your bullets so that the next time you do it, you're not firing on an empty magazine. Because if you see like now if I go to do it, I'm going to get 2 bullets and then nothing's going to happen. So micro SMG is literally the same strat. You just get 2 loops, and so you go a little bit farther, a little bit faster, but essentially they're the same strat. And then if you don't want to do this because you think this is cancer, you can use this strat to kind of just stay in the air longer. So essentially go into first person, use a pistol, and just kind of shoot like this, and it'll just kind of keep you floating in the air longer. It will also spin you, but you can just kind of like go back and forth, just kind of using it to like get a little bit more height if you're like getting too close to the ground. Yeah. So that's how you get the snowy cars. Hope you enjoyed.